What is up, guys? Yours truly, Delboy here. Hope you guys are doing well. A quick preview for Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwarz. Now, I've made my opinions clear on this fight being a pay-per-view in the UK. I've already made a video on that, but in short, I think it's a joke that this fight is on pay-per-view in the UK. I just don't see the reason for it. I can't see this fight doing very well on pay-per-view. And for me, it's not good for boxing to put this type of fight behind a pay-per-view paywall. It's not purchase worthy in my opinion, but, getting that aside, let's talk about the fight itself. I'm not even going to do a prediction video for this fight because I think we all know who's going to win this fight. Tyson Fury is a massive favourite with the bookies, and from what I've seen, he really shouldn't have any issues with Tom Schwarz. Stylistically, I don't see anything Tom Schwarz does that will give Tyson Fury problems. And yeah, I believe Tyson Fury wins this fight at a canter. And I've got to be honest, I know Tyson Fury, he's not a big puncher, but I'm expecting a statement performance. I want to see him get that stoppage in this fight. Tom Schwarz is not a top 10 heavyweight. He's not even a top 15 heavyweight. I doubt he's even a top 25 heavyweight. Tyson Fury needs to be dispatching of this guy in good fashion. We saw Deontay Wilder take out Dominic Breazeale in a round. I'm not saying Tyson Fury needs to do the same as that, but he needs to look good, he needs to be dominant, and he needs to score a stoppage victory, in my opinion. As for both fighters, we all know what Tyson Fury brings to the table. He's a very good boxer with good foot speed, foot movement, and very good hand speed. He's got a lovely jab, good defense, and yeah, all in all, he's a solid defensive technical boxer, and arguably he is the best natural boxer in the heavyweight division. Certainly amongst the big three, Joshua, Wilder and Fury, you would say he is the best boxer out of the bunch. And yeah, all in all, stylistically, I think he should deal with Tom Schwarz fairly easily, if I'm being honest. I have seen a bit of Tom Schwarz, and I can't lie, I'm not really impressed. He's an okay boxer. He's fairly young, he's 24 years old, I believe. He's got okay hand speed, he's got a good one too, but there's really not much else. Defensively, he's there to be hit. I don't think his feet are the quickest, and he doesn't really have any creativity in his offense. It's just a 1-2, and there's not really much power on his punches. I also question his heart and determination. Go back and watch that Senad Gashi fight. Tom Schwarz won the fight by disqualification, but, the way he was acting in that fight was quite frankly disgraceful. He himself was committing fouls, and he just didn't want to get rough and dirty with Senad Gashi, and he ended up getting Gashi disqualified. But Tom Schwarz's behaviour in that fight was nothing short of an embarrassment. Senad Gashi's not a great boxer. We've seen him come to the UK. He got knocked out by Carlos Takam and outpointed by Derek Chisora. He's not a great boxer, and Tom Schwarz went life and death with him, So that kind of tells you the level Tom Schwarz is operating at. Schwarz is maybe at best a fringe European level heavyweight, and I think that's being kind, but he really doesn't bring much to the table. Fairly basic, fairly rudimentary, and I can't see him giving Tyson Fury any problems whatsoever. It's not like this guy even has a puncher's chance. He doesn't carry great concussive knockout power. He's not super aggressive. I just don't see him getting to Tyson Fury, if I'm being honest. And yeah, Tyson Fury, he should win this fight fairly comfortably. I believe Tyson Fury's foot speed, hand speed, his size will be way too much for Tom Schwarz. And on top of that, his pure boxing ability. I believe Tom Schwarz will be eating jabs all night. He's going to be getting countered, he's going to be getting peppered, and I believe he will get stopped late on in this fight. I know Tyson Fury isn't a big puncher, but I think if you put it on Tom Schwarz, he's there for the taking, and if you don't knock him out, he might quit. Don't be surprised to see Tom Schwartz quit in this fight. I mean, go back and watch that fight with Senad Gashi. I think he's got that type of behaviour in him. If Tyson Fury is connecting with stinging jabs and good quick counters, and Tom Schwartz's face is reddening and swelling, don't be surprised to see Tom Schwartz take the easy route and quit in his corner. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. But yeah, I mean, it's a disappointing fight. You know, after the Deontay Wilder fight, you would expect Tyson Fury to fight a higher caliber of opposition. You know, this was the type of fight Tyson Fury should have taken before the Deontay Wilder fight. But taking this type of fight after the Deontay Wilder fight just seems like a big anticlimax for me. I just don't see the point in it. I mean, I'm sure Tyson Fury, Bob Arum and Frank Warren could have got a better opponent than Tom Schwartz. For me, there really is no defending this fight. You know, maybe if it was on regular BT and not on pay-per-view, I would swallow it. It's still a terrible fight, but I would accept it, I guess. But the fact this is on pay-per-view, in my opinion, is a bit of a disgrace, to be quite honest. And I mean, we're 2 weeks out, or just over 2 weeks out, and look at the undercard. Nothing's even been announced yet. And this is a pay-per-view in the UK. These guys don't give an F about us. Look at the quality of this show. It doesn't even have an undercard. They well and truly are taking the piss. You know, they mentioned Sullivan Barrera versus Jesse Hart. That would have been a good fight. I also heard Jesse Hart versus Elidia Alvarez again. That would have been a good fight. But regardless, that doesn't make this card a pay-per-view. And, you know, UK boxing fans really should be annoyed about this. We've got Joshua versus Ruiz behind a paywall, which isn't a great fight. And we've got an even worse fight in Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz behind a paywall. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. The boxing fans don't win from this. Following boxing in the UK is already extremely expensive. There's this myth that gets peddled in the US mainly that boxing in the UK is cheaper to follow. It's absolute nonsense. Look at Sky Sports subscriptions and BT subscriptions and tell me that's cheap. And then on top of that, you're charging pay-per-view for these worthless fights. Again, the boxing fans are not winning right now in the UK. Yes, we've got Josh Warrington versus Kid Galahad on regular BT. Yes, we've got Nathan Gorman versus Daniel Dubois on regular BT. Great, they're great fights. I'm happy with those. But that doesn't excuse this rubbish we're getting with Tyson Fury and Tom Schwartz. Look at the stuff that's behind a paywall. It's embarrassing, for Christ's sake. And you know, Tyson Fury, he goes on like he's a man of the people. Well, boxing is a working class sport. It always has been in the UK. And a lot of working class people won't be able to justify paying for this mismatch. You know, Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz, 5 AM on Sunday morning. Man of the people, my backside. You know, the guy... Listen, I'm not knocking the guy's hustle, but when you're portraying yourself to be that type of guy and pull a stunt like this, you know, it doesn't really look good in my opinion. Ultimately, my gripe is the UK boxing fan is the loser here. Because ultimately, it's a trash fight, it's not really a competitive fight, but on top of that, it's behind a paywall, 5 AM in the morning, with no undercard. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. And I know I've made a video about this before, but it really does wind me up. Following boxing in the UK is getting very expensive, and this type of garbage behind a paywall doesn't do anybody any favours, doesn't do the fans any favours, doesn't grow the sport. What's good about this? Who wins out of this? Frank Warren and BT Sports and Tyson Fury. We don't win. And that's why I made a decision a long time ago not to be fans of fighters. I'm a fan of a sport. I just want to see these fights. I want to kick back and enjoy them. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. And we go from there. Do I have my favourites? Of course I do. There's fighters I love watching. But I'm not going to defend these guys for pulling stunts like this. Joshua versus Ruiz. Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz. Come on now. Jesus. It's not good enough. Really isn't good enough. But yeah, I mean, it's winding me up again just thinking about this fight. I set out to do this video, just do a quick preview and leave it there, but I've kind of wound myself up already, so we're going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the preview. We all know who's going to win. Tyson Fury is going to win. He's going to box Tom Schwartz up, and I'm expecting him to get a stoppage. But yeah, share your thoughts below. Peace.